Here we go again. What's up, Chelsea fans? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a Blues update. Today, we're breaking down Fulham versus Chelsea, a Premier League clash that ended in disappointment as Liam Rosenier's new-look Chelsea side suffered defeat at Craven Cottage. This was one of the most anticipated games of the season for Chelsea supporters. Not because of the opponent, but because it marked another early test for Rosenior, the man tasked with leading the Blues into a new era. Unfortunately, while there were flashes of promise, the result once again showed just how much work still lies ahead. A nervy start at Craven Cottage. From the first whistle, it was clear that Fulham were up for it. Playing at home, backed by a loud and confident crowd, Marco Silva's side started with aggression, intensity, and purpose. Chelsea, meanwhile, looked like a team still trying to understand itself. Rosenior set Chelsea up in a possession-based system, encouraging build-up from the back and quick rotations in midfield. At times, it looked slick. At other times, it looked risky, and Fulham were more than happy to press high and force mistakes. Chelsea had early possession, but lacked penetration. The ball moved nicely between the centre-backs and midfield, but once it reached the final third, the ideas seemed to disappear. Fulham, by contrast, were direct, sharp, and dangerous on the counter. Fulham's strike. First, the breakthrough came midway through the first half, and it summed up Chelsea's current problems perfectly. A sloppy turnover in midfield left the defence exposed. Fulham surged forward, and one quick combination later, the ball was in the back of the net. Craven Cottage erupted. Chelsea's defensive shape was caught out, with gaps between the centre-backs and full-backs that Fulham exploited ruthlessly. You could see Rosenior on the touchline urging calm, but the goal clearly knocked Chelsea's confidence. From that moment on, Fulham grew in belief, while Chelsea looked fragile. Chelsea's response lacked bite. To their credit, Chelsea did respond by pushing higher up the pitch. The midfield began to see more of the ball, and there were moments where the Blues looked threatening. A couple of half chances fell their way, but the finishing just wasn't there. This has become a familiar story for Chelsea fans. Lots of build-up, very little end product. The movement in the box was static. Crosses failed to beat the first man, and shots from distance lacked conviction. Fulham's goalkeeper was rarely tested in a meaningful way, which tells you everything you need to know about Chelsea's attacking struggles. Second half changes, same problems. Rosenior made changes at half-time, trying to inject more urgency and creativity into the side. Chelsea started the second half brighter, pressing higher and moving the ball quicker. For a brief spell, it felt like an equaliser might come. But once again, Fulham were the more composed side. They defended compactly, absorbed pressure, and waited patiently for Chelsea to overcommit. And when Chelsea did push too many bodies forward, Fulham punished them. A second goal arrived after another defensive lapse, this time from a set-piece situation where Chelsea simply failed to switch on. Poor marking, no communication, and Fulham doubled their lead. Game over. Chelsea continued to push until the final whistle, and there were moments of individual quality that will encourage Rosenior. A few players showed hunger, energy, and desire, but football is a team game, and Chelsea currently look like a team still under construction. A late goal would have at least made the scoreline more respectable, but even that didn't come. Let's be clear, this result does not define Liam Rosenior's Chelsea reign. He's inherited a squad still lacking balance, confidence, and cohesion. New ideas take time, especially in the Premier League. However, the warning signs are there. Chelsea need better defensive organisation, more cutting edge in attack, stronger leadership on the pitch. Right now, the gap between potential and performance is still too big. This was a frustrating afternoon for Chelsea fans, no doubt about it. Losing to Fulham hurts, especially when you're trying to build momentum under a new manager. But there were small positives hidden within the defeat, and Rosenior will need to build on those quickly. The Premier League doesn't wait for anyone. Chelsea must respond, and fast. If you enjoyed this recap, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments. Do you trust Liam Rosenior to turn this around? Up the Blues, and I'll see you in the next one.